Now, we've always been told we are what we eat and we are what we drink, but increasingly we're eating and drinking plastic. Now, I'm not sure about you, but I don't think I fancy turning into this. Now, we can't deny that plastic is an incredible material. It's why it's used so widely for tubes of toothpaste, water bottles, plastic bags, and can be found literally everywhere, from the top of Everest to the bottom of the ocean. But recently, scientists have confirmed that it is getting into some unwanted places.
We're actually finding it in human beings, in mother's milk, in sperm, in babies, and causing effects particularly on birth weights.
However, the results of one particular study has gained worldwide attention.
Some human brains may contain up to 7 grams of plastic.
A study out this week has revealed disturbingly high levels of microplastics in the human brain.
Now, for years, scientists believed that the brain was protected by something called the blood-brain barrier, basically a protective shield that kept harmful particles out. However, this particular study was able to trace nanoplastics, tiny traces of microplastics invisible to the human eye, slipping right through the brain's protective shield. Now, the study found an average of 4,917 micrograms of plastic per 100 grams of brain tissue, all in the prefrontal cortex. Now, that's roughly the same as having a small sandwich bag inside your head. In people studied with dementia, levels were found to be much higher. Now, in the capital city, researchers at King's College London have looked at the concentrations of microplastics in the air and have found higher abundances here than any other major city studied so far.
The plastics in air come from the tire wear, which is one of the most common things, because as the tires keep on running, they wear out and release small amounts. It comes from textiles, like small fabrics that come out, because as we are moving towards fast fashion, we are moving towards other materials than other traditional materials.
And plastic pollution isn't limited to our air. This scene looks picture perfect, but experts at the National Oceanography Centre have found that the blood vessel of our city is carrying thousands of these particles because of industrial waste that gets swept up by the river's tidal nature. Experts say that banning plastic isn't the answer, but smarter policies and habits could help.
It's the plastic bag tax, which reduced the number of disposable plastic bags by about 90% or something, was actually a failure from the point of view of preventing plastics getting into the environment, because there are so many bags for life and people just buy a bag for life. So it was a failure from that point of view, but it was extremely effective in changing public attitudes. So people thought more about that this is something we've got to be mindful of and not be so wasteful. Don't buy these packets which you just punch the top and sling them in the microwave. That is not a sensible thing to do. It releases some of these additives, get released, and they go into the food. So don't do it. Put it into a bowl and then put it in the microwave.
Now, if you really start paying attention to the plastic products you're consuming, you might start to think that you are living in Barbie world. But while the long-term impact of exposure needs further research, adopting micro habits instead of microplastics will best protect us.